Very well, let us continue the investigation. Is this the cloakroom that they were talking about that I'm not allowed to go into? It's not.
Locked.
No, it isn't. I just unlocked it. Strange man. Table of experiments.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order.
Pwned.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Edison, huh? Oh. What's in these? Oh. Oh, let's have a listen.
I don't hear anything.
That's because I haven't put the... Yeah. Alright, let's have a listen.
It seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants to respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Very quiet.
Study report.
Anything else? No. Right, what's this one then? Phonograph.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced
What?
that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
Oh, that's a
A
little bit
study
different.
report by Martin Hamish.
Yeah, he was talking about communicating with aminals. With plants. I was like, oh. And he means chemical signals and stuff.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Which they actually do give off chemicals in the event of being attacked. They're calling aminals and stuff to protect them and things. It's quite fascinating, actually. It was the basis of the M. Night Shyamalan film, The Happening. Which I like for one reason, and I don't only...
This student's
one
book belongs
reason
to
only.
Albert. A botany book.
Hey there, what you doing? Hen. Pardon me. Cloakroom. Is that Margaret
The
on the wall?
employee's cloakroom.
Am I going to pick the lock? Protective equipments.
It
It's
appears as
masks.
though the protective equipment is missing from here.
One of them was burned.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
Yeah, it's just
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Yes, they did say that they do. Rarely, but yes. Okay. What? Aha. Laboratory table. What's this? Wet bottle traces.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
Good
The
question.
gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Because they wanted to murder somebody.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
And
Several
on the floor
drops
as
of
well.
the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby!
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Yep, that's what I thought. Right. Let's go with that one first. Put that there. Oh. No. Put Sherverdix. And that one. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Intriguing. Alright, there we go. How curious. How very curious. Ah, this one is rather more difficult. Right. Okay then. There's that. Seems to fit. And no. Oh, I see. It can go back and forth as well. Right then. There we go. Is that it? Close, certainly. There we go. That was actually really cool. I like that.
Open.
I like that indeed. Albert's locker.
Albert's locker.
He likes boats. So, there we go.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Margaret, perhaps? Miss White? Naval architecture? Oh, we wanted to be
A
in the Navy.
rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Yep. Royal Naval School of NCOs, Non-Commissioned Officers, Recruitment Centre, London. Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Naval School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust to you the dictatorship of the Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. My God, that must have been irritating.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
Yes, he does indeed. Martin?
Martin Hamish's locker.
It's a dirty hat. Who are these peoples? Wait, is that... No, I thought it was the kid from the first one.
Father and I.
Kew Gardens.
Kew Gardens. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish
Pascal.
has written several pieces.
I used to know somebody with the name Pascal. His was first name though. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead and free my mind from this uncertainty.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
It is rather, isn't it? Okay. And Miss White's belongings? Was there another one there? No? No.
Miss White's locker.
That's a pretty bonnet she
A
has
vanity
there.
purse. It is of high quality.
She comes from a background of means then, shall we say. Hello. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all of these years that have passed since you left and without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromise their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed of your parents. Ooh, she was, sleeping her way to the top. At least that's what they seem to think. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honour if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant, Albert. Oh, that was sweet on her. She seems... The picture that's building up of her is that she's very focused on what she wants and knows how to go
These
about
jewels
getting
must
it.
be worth a small fortune.
Yes, they must indeed.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear Mother and Father, I am writing this letter with reluctance to ask you for help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? Margaret.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
Mrs. That said Mrs. Margaret White. Not Miss. Mrs. Right. Miss White.
Locked.
No, it is not locked.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the
Watson,
nursery.
why are you running? Why do you insist on running everywhere? What's wrong with walking like a regular person? Can I change to Watson? No, I can't. What do you have against walking? Work desk. More things to read? Probably.
A glasses case. It is
This is-
empty.
Hamish's desk, most likely, then, isn't it? The drawer is open. Why is that drawer open?
A thesis written by Martin Hamish. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
He has educated himself. Posters.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
Moonlight.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Curious. Curious. Yet he said he did not see anything.
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish. An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
He loves his plants then. Not much is sure. Okay. Is it just me or does this seem to be not quite as well maintained? Hello? Not quite as well maintained as the rest of the place. It's a bit more shabby. Not run down, just shabby. Not cleaned as often.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn. I am curious if the marble
Interesting.
that we found will fit this place.
He was bashed over the noggin.
Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Somebody bashed him over the noggin with it. Then locked him in that room.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Indeed. Can we have a look beneath that? No, looks like something out of Silent Hill or bloody and stuff. It's probably mud. It is probably dirt. This is a garden after all. Ah. Random jacket. Watson, what are you doing? What are you doing, my good man? Was this one locked as well? I believe it was.
Open.
Oh. It was. I'm sure it was. But now Margaret White is here. Let's have a look around. She doesn't find it unusual that some random well-dressed chap wandering in with a rather odd chap running behind him.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert.
This was his desk then, was it?
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
Yep. Anything of interest? No. I don't see anything.
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
No, that wasn't what he wanted to do, though, was it? He wanted to be in the Navy.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Wait. No, he didn't, did he? He didn't say anything about seeing his father from his office that I remember. He just commented that that was where his father died. Right. Okay, my lady. What do you have to say for yourself, Miss White? Or Mrs. White, which is it, Miss or Mrs.?
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good
Sherlock
friend,
Holmes.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honoured to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White.
Yes, we know.
Excuse me, but are you Sherlock
Her
Holmes,
face is
the
very-
great detective?
Yes, I am
Undetailed.
he.
Look.
What a pleasure to see you
Hers is
here at
really
Kew
smooth.
Gardens.
Is it just
Are
that the
you working on a
textures have not welded
case?
correctly? Expensive perfume. She's certainly takes great care in her in her appearance. Why would you dress like this when working around flowers? Seriously. Expensive perfume. What's that mark on her lip there? Something about the clothes, I'm gonna guess. Something about the clothes. I'm not I didn't realise that... Wait a second. Oh yes, yes of course. Mrs. Margaret. Now tell me about the theft. What
Yes,
do you know?
a theft of
Why is
plants that
Watson
took
asking?
place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
How would you forget? I would imagine that's a very big deal.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
That's not what everybody else is saying.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature.
Oh, yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic.
Why is
And
the
very
skin on
nice
her
to
face
me.
so smooth compared to
Although
everybody
he could
else?
behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
It's not
He
detailed in the
loved his
same
son
way.
dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
I mean, I doubt it's because she's female, because other female characters have been just as detailed as the others. So,
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
really? How did you get in then?
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Okay, I'm going to have to check on that.